And then I'm going to do a poem that I wrote and then an original poem that you've all been waiting for. Donald Trump is alive. Let me get my glasses because I'm not going to try to pretend that I can see.
Right. Boom.
All right, this is from Jeanette Owens. Love don't live here anymore. I could pave this side of Mississippi with all of your broken promises, blatant lies, and tired excuses. After 3 years, 6 months, and 28 days of dealing with your tired, broke ass, I have finally come to the conclusion that you are full of shit. And shit doesn't smell like roses. In fact, you must be a junior, because your daddy is full of shit too. And you know what? I have always wondered how long it would take you to get your just desserts. Thank God I no longer have to wonder, because love doesn't live here anymore. You have been evicted from my heart. There's no court of appeals, no last minute pleas. You've been phased out of my life. No more lies, no more fake tears, no more tired excuses, no more lame alibis. How much longer did you plan to take up residence in my heart without paying rent? Do you remember the time when you told me that you and your boys were hanging out playing ball and out of nowhere, some fellas rolled up on you and tried to rob you? Do you remember that lie? I do. You said they stuck a 38 in your face and rolled you for $500 a gold chain in my Rolex. You know the Rolex I bought you for your 35th birthday? The one that I'm still paying on? That same Rolex that you told me you lost while swimming, only to find it and lose it again to a mugger. Shit doesn't smell like roses. Tired, lame, and straight up stupid. Me for believing you or you for telling me? I don't have to answer that question, because love doesn't live here anymore. Tired, lame, and straight up stupid. The fog has been lifted. Now I can clearly see you for what you are. The man I once thought charming, sophisticated, and well-learned is actually a wannabe bourgeois perpetrating serious hoax. In retrospect, I can't really fault you for being who you are. Rather, I should have been astute enough to see through the boyish charms and the fangs behind the cool exterior. But that's all right. Love doesn't live here anymore. Well, news travels fast. I heard you moved in with a woman you'd only known for 2 days. Somebody said you knew her for 2 weeks, but who's counting? My first thought was, poor girl, she doesn't know what she's getting herself into. Then I heard she found out you were creeping around with her cousin and set torch to your rags and jazz collection. You know the jazz collection I helped you buy? Note tender, bill paid. When I heard the news, I neither grieved nor celebrated. As a matter of fact, I did nothing. Because what goes around, comes around. And shit no longer smells like roses. Love doesn't live here anymore. So I have these chapters, and I have named the chapters, and that came from a chapter called Everything That Looks Good Isn't Good For You, or Showing Up with an Appetite Does Not Count as You Bringing Something to the Table. Two titles. Sometimes you gotta do that, right? Yeah. All right, here's one of the first poems I wrote. I walked in from the desert. You know how you all in love and life is a rose garden? Smells good, looks good, and feels even better. You want love, think you know love, but do you love yourself? They were luxurious in the safe, cozy confines of their early love. Confident, they moved out of the rose garden and into the bright lights of the city of reality. As she looked for her faith, she found she lacked the self-esteem to be strong. Now the lessons had begun. Imagine her confusion when she said, "The sky is blue." And he said, "No, baby, it's green. You love me, don't you?" She felt the conflict and tried to disagree, but she was weak. And her love for him was stronger than her love for she. Now the city lights were miles behind, and the only landscape was a barren mind. She finally awoke, alone, butt naked, cold, way far out in the desert. She walked in, regaining her strength through her lessons hard learned. Now sometimes she smiles when a clever, gorgeous man tells her something dear, because a tumbleweed will flash across her mind, and she'll sweetly decline, proclaiming without explaining, "I've walked in from the desert." And I have practiced this, but I am full of nerves, so I don't want to mess it up, so I'm going to read this. In the news, Donald Trump spews that African Americans are lazy. Let's discuss why this representative viewpoint is hazy. African Americans. Don't go PC when you insult me.
Right. Exactly.
Here we go again with that same old Willie Lynch spin. Lazy? Is that what you think? I guess that's why you had to blow the nose off the Sphinx. You claim to be the wealth creator, yet America was built on free black labor. How lazy, when our bones evidence the pain and strain of carrying loads that we couldn't bear, and the children we were forced to bear. No, more like resilient and brilliant. How lazy? While college tuition was paid while we shined Jim Crow shoes. I can imagine at rallies that your hatred garners a cheer, yet our industry, not thuggery, is really what you fear. How lazy when we built towns that you broke down. Your books reveal your mission, to tell a history of omission. You don't want the competition, that's why you say deportate. Given half a chance to compete, you know we'll excel. But that wouldn't be the story you want to tell. And while we're talking history, let's check up on your family. Daddy's a Klansman, his dad a pimp. That's the truth of your roots. African Americans lazy? Just propaganda and crazy. Like my president said, it makes me so mad, I get so mad it makes me cry. Bottom line, Donald Trump, you're a lie. All right, my people. This concludes our performances for this evening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have some more to eat. Have some more to drink. Thank you all for coming out on the store. Are there any announcements? You rock! Thank you. We have one announcement. Roundtable, you want to come up and announce your book?
These are rats.